Okay, hopefully you figured out how to refactor the UL stuff here into a list component, but in case you want to go over it one more time, I'm going to go through it right now. So we have this UL component. I created a list.js file. Notice the uppercase naming convention. You always name components and their related styles in this uppercase fashion. So what we would do then is open the list.js file and make sure to import React, right? And then just start writing a functional component. Okay, it takes props, okay, which we're going to do something with in a second. And then what you would do is just grab this stuff here, put it here in your component, okay, and add some semicolons so the linter doesn't yell at me. And last thing is make sure to export default list. Okay, let's save that. No errors. Now what I'll do is import it. Oops, import it. And then I will just add it down below where it was before. And as we can see, everything's still working. Pretty cool. Again, if we look in the dev tools, we now have the list component showing up. So pretty straightforward, right? There's all that markup that we had in app.js before. Okay. All right. So now once we've done this, we can start to do some slightly more interesting things. We can start passing data from this kind of mother app component down to list and header. Okay. So the way we do that is with props. You think if you need a parent component like app to tell a child component like list about some kind of data that it needs to render in the UI, you use props. That's what props is for. Let me show you what I mean by that. So let's say that we want this header here to be dynamically set. Maybe we have some kind of user's name or something coming from an API somewhere. Well, what we would do is step one, okay? So think in your head, step one to use props for this header component. What we would do is say heading or header, whatever you want to do. I would just do heading equals, and then just say React, okay? And then what we would do in here, now this is step two. We need to get that prop, okay? So if we have a prop called heading, it's going to be inside of props at props.heading, okay? So let's see here. Yep, single quote. Okay, no more linter errors. It still looks the same, I know, because it's the same string. But if we go into here, you can see this prop is showing up in the same form it's written here, like as a kind of in the same syntactical convention as an HTML attribute, right? Heading equals React. And in the side of the dev tools, we can see that that it's showing up in this inspector view here, which is pretty nice. Okay, so you can keep going on your merry way. You can add like subheading. Okay, say like not jQuery. And then this isn't going to make any sense, but props.subheading. Okay. We can let that update. Something went wrong. I think I misspelled. Oh, I just didn't save. Why is no jQuery? Okay. All right. So you can keep, you can just set things, just pass them along. But the important thing is that you kind of are aware of these two steps. Okay, there's like step one is defining or setting a prop on a component. So I'm setting a prop called heading, and then step two is getting the prop. So the prop is available inside of this props object that's getting passed into my functional component, and props is and always will be an object with my properties nested within. So props.heading will have whatever I pass to heading, and React will make sure that if this value dynamically changes at some point, that the header component will update automatically. So with that in mind, let's take a quick break and start actually turning this into something more like a real app, or at least just not a simple hello world. We're going to use these sample user files to create a little contact list. So when we come back, we'll start taking a look at that.